to start here with the beginning of the building. Today is August 30th, 2005, and we're having the grand opening celebration today for the Valor House, which is 17 one-bedroom apartments for homeless veterans. It's long-term transitional housing, anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. They will transition out with a tenant-based Section 8 voucher when they're done here, meaning that they'll be able to go into the community and rent up an apartment at an affordable rate. They'll pay 30% of their income. But while they stay here, they'll have an opportunity to gain job skills, potentially rehab, get some needed social services, and just prepare to be transitioned back out into the community. Poverello Center will be providing the social services and the staff of the building. The building will be staffed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So there'll always be somebody here to work with the residents and provide the social service coordination that is so necessary to transition these folks from homelessness into self-sufficiency. So let's take a look at the building. The architects are MacArthur Means and Wells, and the contractors are Garden City Builders. It wasn't mine. Okay. This is the front entrance to the building. Phil, Garden City Builders, Superintendent Extraordinaire. All right, this is the front entry to the Valor House. This is the lobby area where visitors and folks will gather. This is the windows into the office space. The office space, again, will be manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Not only will they be working with the residents here, but there will be some additional paperwork that staff will do on night shift for the housing authority. Work out really well. Janitor's closet.
I haven't seen that yet.
Communal mail boxes here, so real central point for people to come together. This is the office here. We're not quite rigged out yet with all of the office furniture that we need, but because they're in here 24 hours a day, we needed to provide them kitchen facilities. So they'll be able to cook, have coffee, whatever they need. Then, of course, the staff bathroom is right at hand, so they'll never have to leave this space really unattended. There is a visiting nurse, and that person does prescribe some medication, and we do have that available here in the locked cupboards. So everything here is secured very, very tightly, and again, always manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This isn't really much to show, but it is a conference room. It's a small room, but an area where people will be able to visit. Perhaps with their caseworker or their social worker. Again, it's not furnished like it will be. These are temporary tables, but we'll be able to get a round table in here. And I had a good 6-person round table. People that might need to meet with their case managers or social workers can use that space, as well as checking in with VA Fort Harrison, which is a programmatic requirement for veterans who are receiving benefits. There's no elevator in the building because we did have limited funding, so all of our accessible units are on the first floor. We've got 4 fully accessible units and 1 audibly and visually impaired unit, meaning somebody that is hard of hearing or hard of seeing, there's a strobe in the unit to warn them of an emergency, and I'll show you that unit. There are 7 units on the first floor and there are 10 on the second floor. And we also have some living room areas, and that is encouraged for people to not isolate themselves from one another in their units, but really come together and become a family. She's actually like living here. She looks nice to me. Long breath. Yeah, and she just needs to check off what's up here. This is one of the living room areas here. There's 4 living room areas in the building, 2 on each floor, and we've turned 1 on each floor into a living room TV room. So that's what this is here. Donated furniture, and some of it we're still fundraising for. We've got a couple of units down on the end here, and this is the mechanical room to the basement, which is not for tenant use, but for staff only. This happens to be Don MacArthur. This is Don MacArthur, who is the lead architect for MacArthur Means and Wells. This is Ron. We're just doing a quick tour, and I'm just describing the building. I'm sorry I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but we're just taking a quick little run by, and I saw you here. So Don is responsible for the design of this building, and really being able to build such a facility on a shoestring. Really, we had a tight budget, and he, being the architect extraordinaire that he is, and his staff, were able to design a beautifully designed building. Use of color, use of space.
A lot of people like the colors, I've heard, so that's exciting to hear.
We grapple over that.
All the hours we spend talking of colors.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, we're going to keep on our tour, but we'll see you later. I'll show you one of the balconies here. It's a non-smoking building, and so we are going to be encouraging people to use outside smoking areas. There's the party down below. We've got somewhat limited parking. Most of what we found are homeless folks. Some have cars and some don't. And so we were able to reduce our parking requirement and utilize the site more effectively. We imagine we're going to have folks out here 365 days a year, excuse me. So we've made it as comfortable as possible in terms of shelter, rocking chairs. Again, this will be their relaxation balconies or smoking areas. Two units here.
Yeah, right.
Another living room area.
Then I told him to pay Patty said, well, it's the place where yeah.
These units we just have closed off for the day because we're still working on some construction. Last minute details. No, in fact, go ahead, just push it open. Oh, just push? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, sorry about that. This is the laundry room where our energy efficient laundry is on order. We don't have it quite yet, but there'll be a washer and dryer per floor. Fully accessible, front loaded washer and dryer, and there are gas efficiencies. So in the long term, we'll be saving money on utilities. And let's go ahead and walk into apartment M, which is an expanded unit. It's a little larger than some of our others, meaning it has this entryway. It's a little bigger. Right, wonderful. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, ma'am.
All of the units are very similar in terms of the kitchen layout. All of the units have a tall cupboard which can be used either as a coat closet, a broom closet, or a pantry. And our accessible units downstairs have shelves all the way down to the bottom, which will be used more for a pantry because they won't, if there's somebody in a wheelchair, obviously they won't be able to access the upper shelves as easily.
Pretty nice though.
Energy Star refrigerator,
A lot.
minimal but complete stove.
I mean, we had our meeting here last week and I thought it was
And we've also furnished the units minimally, but with everything somebody might need. Toaster, dishes, pots and pans.
We're supposed to make all these decisions when we're peeking in windows and stuff, waiting for the cops to roll up and arrest us.
You guys are funny. I thought you would be coming out.
Simple
peeking,
bedroom.
and I would have been out peeking in myself.
They're not huge units, but the ceilings are really tall, which help with the space.
My first thought.
This unit in particular is beautiful because you've got windows on 2 walls, and there's been studies that have shown that it increases people's happiness level. I think we can all attest to that. You got more windows in your room, in your living room, and you're happy. Also, there'll be cross ventilation here. The units don't have air conditioning, but the common space does.
We had it really quick, but you know, from people walking in and out, it's got tripped up. So,
We need 50, so
We've provided
actually, I start
minimal,
next
but the
week.
basics.
I
So
have
towels,
one day off in
there'll be
between
toiletries that
Labor
are
Day and
provided
the job,
eventually.
like the day
We're
off.
about a week out from leasing out the building.
Actually, I get 4
Sounds
though,
like an
because,
RA union.
yeah, it's because it's a, you know, Labor Day, so I actually have 4 days off, so I'm not complaining.
Nice. Now the truth.
Another computer station here. We'll be able to have 2 computers. The idea is for job training and education. We're working with homeless veterans that for one reason or the other they're homeless. So either there's a mental illness, substance abuse, whatever the case may be. But it's a technical world and it's a computer world. And what we'd like to do is be able to provide the educational opportunity for residents to, on their own terms and their own time, be familiar with the technology that kind of runs all of our lives nowadays. They don't have internet access and that sort of thing. 2 laundry facilities, one on each floor. Not only do we have that larger computer area, but there are computer nooks throughout the building. There's 2 on this side, the east side of the building, one on the 2nd floor, one on the 1st floor, and then there's another on the west side of the building on the 2nd floor. So there's 5 resident communal computer stations. This is the library. Hi, John.
Hi, how are you doing?
Very well.
Good.
Yourself?
Good.
All right.
Doing a little for posterity tour.
We're doing a little MCAT tour.
And
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So, thank you. So this is the library area. We still have some furniture on order, so we're going to have another chair and ottoman here. Another balcony facing east. And this is an example of a more typical unit. The first one we went into had the extended entryway.
Oh, how do you do? Just
Pardon us, sorry, didn't mean to run into you there. All right, come on in.
Actually, I hope you can get in.
This is an example of a typical unit where there is not an expanded entry, but again, the same layout, refrigerator, stove, cabinet space. They come minimally, but pretty nice furniture. So,
Really nice furniture.
thank you. We're really happy. They go really well in the units. The colors have worked out nicely. Simple, but sophisticated. I think it's just beautiful. Really classy stuff. So our vets deserve it. Our vets deserve it.
They deserve more, but.
And you've probably already seen a same size bedroom and the same size bathroom there. So again, smaller units but high ceilings give that illusion of space, as well as color on 2 opposite walls actually give you that idea that the room is expanding. So this room feels bigger than it really is. So we architects, MacArthur, Means and Wells, like to play with those concepts a little bit and create these spaces. How are you?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Hi there. How are you doing? All right. We need to get you back to your podium probably quarter till, but we'll finish up our tour here. These wide hallway spaces are going to be beautiful places eventually for a nice mobile, if we can ever find one. This is Larry Anderson, who's been on our Veterans Advisory Council and has been integral in this program. Ron is doing a quick tour and just interview on the facility from MCAT.
Good.
So Larry Anderson works for Senator Conrad Burns' office, and he was on our Veterans Advisory Committee. We actually worked with a group of veterans and citizens in Missoula who helped design the building. And we probably met for about a year, on and off, and went through some different designs. This building actually looked much different from at the beginning, and this is the result. A lot of hard work and a lot of time spent. So
Nice to see the things that we talked about with a set of plans actually come to life, and it's here today, so that's great.
Exactly.
Thanks to the Housing Authority, hard work and dedication and trying to get this thing put together. So
Likewise, Larry.
very good.
Thank you. If it wasn't for the partners that we have, we would never be possible. So we all have to chip in order to make it work.
Yeah, I
And we
think
did
so.
it.
Good.
All right.
Good to talk to you.
You too. Yep, right ahead of us is the game room. This is where, again, it's just another area for folks to gather and share with one another, play games, camaraderie. It's just an area to be with each other. The units are small, so there's not a whole lot of social area. They're also pretty well structured in terms of how much socializing can take place in the unit itself. So the Poverello Center is running the social service program here. Residents may only have guests upon approval, so most likely folks will be out here socializing with friends or family. They certainly can have guests and overnight guests in their apartments, but it has to be pre-approved. Hi. How are you? Excellent. Again, another computer station here. No computer yet, we're still fundraising. But if you can imagine, we'll have a computer set up here. Somebody will be over here working on their resume or working on finishing up their GED or whatever it might be. And you'll have some folks over here playing games and just having a good time. I'll show you an accessible unit. This is Frankie, who works for the Poverello Center. Poverello Center is going to be running the show. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we're going to be getting this place going in just a week. Just about. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Yeah, it is. All right.
Who's that?
This is a fully accessible unit. Hi there, how are you? Good. All right. So, as you can see, there are the cupboards that are removed from under the sink. There's roll-in areas, the toggle switches for the lamps and the fan, all right, are right down here. Front-controlled stove, self-cleaning stove. And these cupboards have the ability to be lowered. So if we have somebody in here in a wheelchair, they will have the opportunity to have this cupboard space. But the reality is they lose this cupboard space if they're in a wheelchair or mobility impaired. So that's why this larger cupboard has all of this shelf space. That way they can use that for their pantry. Fully accessible bathroom has a roll-in shower, and it has been tiled not only for durability, but for aesthetics as well.
I'm the one with the structure.
Did you get a certificate?
Another laundry room on the first floor. And this is our communal dining area. Residents will be cooking their own meals, but this is a place where people can come together for weekly events, for holidays, for family get-togethers. And it's a fully residential but almost commercial grade kitchen. We've got double well sinks, gas stove, large refrigerator, and behind you is a freezer. Originally there was a cupboard in that space. We had a big, large double door cupboard, and the Poverello Center said, hey, wait, can we get a stand-up freezer? Because they get donations all the time, 400, 500 TV dinners or frozen meals. That way we can store them right in here, and the folks living here can come down and grab a TV dinner, throw it in the microwave or throw it in the oven, and have a hot meal. This is the back of the building here. You can see that we still have some room to build. This site will house 34 units, and we only have 17 built. So we would love to pursue another building on the back side of this property. That's our next goal.
And also the Missoula Housing Authority. And also
there will be round tables in here, 4 round tables, enough to seat 20 people.
It's really unique. This is
on loan.
Men and women who served in our armed services and are doing this care.
I appreciate that. Thank you for coming out today.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. And then that brings us to the end of the tour. We're back to the lobby area and the office area.
Geisler, yeah.
Thank you.